Let's be honest, every Toyota owner wants their car to last a lifetime. But most of you don't really know what to look at or when to do it. Should you check your filters every month? Or when to change oil? Yes, it can get confusing, and it's easy to forget. This is why I'm here to help. I've created a straightforward plan to keep your engine running like new, even after surpassing 100,000 or 200,000 miles. No fancy tools, no constant trips to the mechanic. Just a smart, easy checklist with things to do every month, every few months, and once a year. Let's begin with monthly tasks. Coolant. Your vehicle works hard and gets really hot while driving. That's why it needs coolant to keep things from overheating. Without it, your engine could get way too hot, and that can lead to serious damage. To avoid all that trouble, just check your coolant once a month. But here's the golden rule. Never check it while the engine is hot. Coolant can reach over 210 degrees Fahrenheit, and if you open the cap too soon, boiling fluid could shoot out. That's super dangerous. Here's how to do it the smart and safe way. Wait until the engine is totally cool. Open the hood and find the coolant tank. It's a clear plastic container near the front, close to the radiator. Look for the lines marked minimum and maximum. If the fluid is between those lines, you're good. If it's below minimum, carefully open the cap and slowly pour in the right coolant until you get just under maximum. Only use the type of coolant made for Toyotas. Mixing the wrong kind can mess up the engine big time. Keep it clean, keep it cool, and it will help you with smooth rides for years to come. Battery and cables. Now, have you ever experienced a slow sound as soon as you turn the key? This is your 12-volt battery throwing a mini tantrum. Now, don't panic. It doesn't always mean something big is wrong. Sometimes it just needs a little checkup. Here's what you can do right in your driveway. Grab a multimeter. You can find one at any auto store for cheap. It's like a mini doctor for your battery. Touch the red stick to the positive plus terminal and the black stick to the negative minus. The screen will show you a number. If it's less than 12.4 volts, your battery might be low or getting old. Time to charge it or think about replacing it. Now look closely at the battery ends. See any white crusty stuff there? That's corrosion, and it's a big energy thief. Put on some gloves, spray a little water, and gently wipe it away with a cloth. If it's really stuck on, grab a battery brush or cleaner from the store. Still won't come off? That terminal might need replacing. Also, give the battery a little nudge. It should be firmly locked in place, not jiggling like jello. And those cables? Make sure they're snug and not wobbly. Loose ones can stop your Toyota from starting altogether. Take 5 minutes once a month, and you'll save yourself from the dreaded no-start surprise. Other engine fluids. Okay, so your Toyota doesn't just run on gas. It's got a few other magic juices that keep it happy and healthy, each one doing something super important. Here's a quick story. A friend of mine thought his Toyota was in perfect shape until it started jerking every time he changed gears. Turns out, he hadn't checked his transmission fluid in months. Yup, that fluid helps your car shift gears nicely and smoothly. If it gets low or dirty, things get rough. Literally. Then, there's the power steering fluid. Ever felt your steering wheel go stiff or heard a weird whining noise while turning? That's usually your car needing the steering fluid. Now, windshield wiper fluid might not seem like a big deal, but imagine a dusty road and no way to clean your windshield. You'd be driving blind. So, make sure that the tank isn't empty. Last but definitely not least, brake fluid. This one's a big deal. It helps your brakes respond fast when you press the pedal. If it gets too low, your car might take longer to stop, and that can get dangerous real quick. If the fluid's below minimum, top it up. But always use the kind made for your Toyota. Your owner's manual has all the answers. This whole check takes maybe 5 minutes, but it can save you from some really expensive headaches later. Before moving on to the quarterly checkup list, consider liking this video, giving it a thumbs up, and subscribing to my channel. Do these every 3 months in addition to the monthly tasks. Belts and hoses. Alright, they might not look exciting, but nothing works without them. Let's talk about belts first. That big one snaking around different parts? That's the serpentine belt, and it helps power important stuff like your alternator and air conditioning. If it's got cracks, looks super shiny, that's called glazing, or is starting to fray like an old shoelace, it's time to replace it. Now onto the hoses. These little tubes carry fluids, like coolant and power steering fluid, to all the right places in the engine. If they start cracking or leaking, your Toyota could be in real trouble. That's why it's smart to give them a quick look every now and then. Also, check that the metal clamps holding them in place are tight and not sliding around. The good news? You don't need to be a mechanic for this. Just pop the hood, take a peek at the belts and hoses, and see if anything looks worn or loose. Spending 2 minutes now could save you from sitting on the side of the road later. Moving on to half-yearly maintenance tasks. Check your battery. Once your Toyota's battery turns 3 years old, start testing it every 6 months. You can do this at a repair shop or at home with a multimeter. Also, check for white or crusty buildup on the terminals. If you see any, clean it using baking soda and water. Keeping the battery clean and tested helps avoid surprise breakdown. Change your engine oil and filter. Most Toyotas need an oil change every 5,000 to 7,500 miles, depending on how you drive and the oil type. If the oil looks dark or dirty, it's time for a change. Also, check the oil filter for leaks or damage. Clean oil means a smoother, stronger engine. Now, here are the checks you must do yearly. Air filters. Your Toyota has 2 air filters, one for the engine and one for the cabin. Both should be replaced about once a year. The cabin filter keeps the air inside fresh by blocking dust and pollen. If the vents smell musty or the airflow is weak, it might be dirty. The engine filter helps stop dirt from getting into the engine, which keeps it running strong. Check both for holes or heavy dirt. If they're clogged or damaged, swap them out. Spark plugs. Spark plugs help start your engine and keep it running smoothly. Check them once a year to make sure they're still good. Most need replacing around 30,000 miles, but it depends on your Toyota model. If the tip looks worn or damaged, it can cause rough driving or engine misfire. Time to swap them out. Here are some long-term maintenance tasks you must consider to keep your engine in top shape. Change your coolant. Topping up the coolant every now and then is not enough for your engine. You have to replace it every 5 years or 50,000 miles, whichever comes first. Think of coolant like your Toyota's air conditioner, but for the engine. It flows through the engine to keep temperatures just right, especially on hot summer days or during long drives. But here's the thing, coolant doesn't last forever. Over time, it breaks down, loses its power to protect the engine, and can even cause rust or gunk to build up inside. That's why Toyota recommends changing your coolant after the above interval. If you skip this, your engine could overheat, and fixing that can cost thousands. So, don't wait for steam under the hood. Flush that old coolant out and give your engine a fresh start. Replace the battery on time. The 12-volt battery in your Toyota powers everything from the headlights to the starter motor. And just like phone batteries, car batteries wear out over time. Most last about 3 to 5 years, depending on the weather, how often you drive, and how well it's maintained. If your car struggles to start in the morning or the lights seem dim, your battery might be getting weak. New batteries aren't cheap. They can cost between $100 and $500 depending on your Toyota model. But testing it every 6 months can help you catch problems early and avoid getting stranded in a parking lot with a car that won't budge. Trust us, it's not fun asking strangers for a jump. Don't ignore the timing belt. This part isn't talked about much, but it's super important. The timing belt keeps the engine's moving parts in sync, like a choreographer making sure the dancers hit the beat. It controls how the camshaft and crankshaft work together to run the engine smoothly. If the timing belt snaps, game over. The engine could cause serious damage and repairs might cost more than the car is worth. Most Toyotas need a new timing belt every 60,000 to 100,000 miles, depending on the engine. You won't see any obvious signs when it's wearing out, so go by the owner's manual. Toyota's engineers know best. Lastly, inspect your ignition system. Your Toyota starts with a spark, literally. That spark comes from the ignition system, which includes the spark plugs, ignition coils, and plug wires. These little parts play a huge role in keeping your car running smoothly. If your engine starts feeling rough, you hear popping noises, or it hesitates when you press the gas, it might be time to check the ignition system. Spark plugs should be clean and not worn out. If they're old or damaged, your engine might misfire, burn more fuel, or lose power. A quick inspection once a year can make a big difference in performance and fuel savings too. Toyota parts are made to last, but even they need some TLC once in a while. The bottom line: these simple checks, coolant, battery, timing belt, and ignition system, might seem small, but they make a huge difference in how your car performs over time. By staying on top of them, you're not just keeping the engine healthy, you're making sure your car runs like it did on day one. Fewer breakdowns, smoother drives, and way more confidence on the road. Because when your Toyota is taken care of, it takes care of you. Now, if you find this video helpful, then be sure to watch this next video as we're sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.